Hi everyone, how are you doing? So, as you can probably tell by the title, today I want to talk about something that definitely I have been going through for the past few weeks, and something that I haven't really been going through before. So I just wanted to talk about heartbreak and how to deal, and how I personally deal with heartbreaks, and when somebody breaks your heart, or when you separate from people, and you simply just disconnect from one person and you feel heartbroken. So according to Wikipedia, failed romantic love can be extremely painful. People with a broken heart may succumb to depression, anxiety, and in more extreme cases, post-traumatic stress disorder. So this is definitely something that is got to do with our mental health, that we should definitely be able to handle correctly when it comes to the after caring of our emotions and our emotional stage after a breakup, or someone is gone. I feel like we sort of enter this recovery mode when you're just recovering from that. And also Wikipedia separates this into physical changes and also emotional changes. So the physiological it says that the intense pain of a broken heart is believed to be part of the survival instinct. The social attachment system uses the pain system to encourage humans to maintain their close social relationships by causing pain when the relationships are lost. So basically, our brains and our bodies also suffer in a way, or also have like kind of a pain, physical pain in a way that maybe it's not too obvious, or maybe we cannot perceive that easily, but definitely I think it is also a very physical, exhausting pain. And also this works just to keep that relationship together. Our bodies and mechanism is used to that. Psychologist Jeff McDonald of the University of Queensland and Mark Leary of Wake Forest University proposed in 2005 the evolution of common mechanisms of both physical and emotional pain responses, and argue that such expressions are more than just a metaphor. So he explains it basically. Having pain in both ways, physical and emotional, is not a metaphor basically, but basically means that it's real and it exists in us. Is basically in our bodies, and actually we suffer pain from that. The neurological process involved in the perception of heartache is known, but it's thought to involve the entire cingulate cortex of the brain, which during stress may overstimulate the vagus nerve, causing pain. So we actually suffer pain in all of this process. And also the psychology side of this is something really interesting for me that I have never heard before, the psychological aspect of heartbreak and its stages. So it says, for most buried individuals, the journey through grief will ultimately culminate in an acceptance level of a judgment to a life without their loved one. The Kubler-Ross model postulates that there are 5 stages of grief after the loss of a loved one. These stages are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and lastly, acceptance. And while it is recognized as mourners go through an initial period of numbness, leading to depression, and finally to recognition and recovery. Most modern grief specialists recognize the variation and fluidity of grief experiences differ considerably in intensity and length among cultural groups, individually from person to person, as well as depending on the amount of investment put into the relationship. So what this means is that it's different for everyone. Not everyone is going to feel or take it the same way that someone basically... We're all different when it comes to accepting a heartbreak or going through a heartbreak, and we may not have, I don't know, this depression stage, we might just accept it, or people may not have the denial stage, yada yada yada. So yeah, basically means that everyone is different when it comes to accepting this type of things, and also how much you invested on the relationship. What if just dated for a month is not the same as if you dated for I don't know, 5 years or something. So I think it's funny how we humans act when it comes to love and after love, because when we're in love, we're so attached and so in love and doing everything is beautiful, but then after the love's gone, it's almost like if it just hurts as much, the love that we gave. But once I hear that if you were so brave to love someone, you're just as brave to let it go. And I think that's very true, that you need courage in order to love someone, and you just need as much courage to let it go and move on from that person. So what I usually do in this type of cases is recognize what I'm doing impulsively. Because, for example, after heartbreak, you might feel depressed or down, and there's usually many things that I recognize in myself that I do very impulsively. Like, for example, talking to exes, talking to friends that things didn't work out with, also looking for toxic friendships, and I basically seek out to many people as possible, and most people are very toxic. So I think I should focus on people who's nice, people who understands me, yada yada yada, and let it heal, let it just get used to the idea of losing someone. Because you are losing someone, you're just ending a very huge part of what your life used to be, and now it is not anymore. So you get very used to that, and now that it's gone, will you feel weird and so on and so forth. But I know for sure that crying and going through the stages, basically expressing every single stage that you might be into without falling into toxic or very impulsive, very like, I'm gonna call my ex, I'm gonna go out drinking, I'm gonna take drugs or whatever. I think it's very important to recognize the things that we can do wrong when we are in such position, such vulnerable positions, when it comes to feeling a certain way, to feeling depressed and so on. So something that really helps me is going out with my friends, the ones that are close to me, the ones that I know for sure will listen to me, that will understand me, and so on and so forth. That's why having friends, I think, is very important to, date someone, but also keep your friendships, keep all your friends with you. I think it's very important to go out there and say everything that you need to say to that person, to your friend, about, crying and stuff, and talking about it. I think when I went through something very traumatic in the past, I always talk about it, because I think talking about it just makes it much more easier to digest. I don't know, but it definitely helps to talk about it with some friend, very close friends that I usually talk about this with, and they listen, they're nice, they give me their advice, and it's very funny, because the more you explain it, and the more you try to explain it, and the more you try to be like, hey, this happened, and it was horrible, it really hurts, most people might just be like, yeah, I should just gotta move on from that. They will never understand, but it definitely will help to at least get it out of you and put it out there. And I think it's very, very important. And also to remember that this can happen at any stage of our lives, not just when we're young, when you're just in college, when you're dating. It could happen at any point in your life, when you're married, when you have kids, and so on and so forth. I think this is inevitable, basically. You can look at Shakira, for example. Like, this could happen to anyone, basically. So I think it's very important to know how to cope with our toxic, impulsive things, like things we can do to, you know, get away from the phone, get away from everything for a while, take a break, you know, go out, have fun, but definitely don't try to date someone else right away and think, yeah, this is gonna be just, I'm gonna forget about it. Like, you need to heal first, and I feel in order to heal, you need to cry and say it and everything, and I feel like then one day you will wake up and you'll be like, it wasn't not that bad. Like, you will be like, you know, I can do this. I can deal with a heartbreak. I think it's very important to be with friends, to be with family, reunite with your family, with your friends, talk about it, and also give yourself some time. Also, do other things, because if you're just watching TV the whole day, it might just be a little more difficult to forget about it. Just, I don't know, go out, have fun, sing, just keep yourself entertained, and don't eat junk food, and don't call your exes, and don't take any alcohol, nothing. Just, you have to heal, and it has to hurt, and you will have to cry, but I promise you that you will get better, and that if you just follow through and don't go back and forth with this toxic, no, it's just gonna be better if you just let it go and take a break for yourself, for your own mental health. That is very important, your mental health, and also to be happy and enjoy life every day. So just, of course, cry. This is part of the process, but don't do it every time. Just go out, have fun, entertain yourself, and you will suddenly be happier, forget about the whole thing, and the next time this happens, it won't hurt as much, I promise. So that is just one advice I wanted to give, and something that I went through the past week. I'm still going through it, but I'm doing much better. I'm doing great. So I just wanted to give my advice, because it's definitely not the first time that I have been going through this. So I just wanted to say that and give you my opinion, examples, and things about what to believe and what to expect. If it's your heartbreak, it's your first, your 10th, I don't know, but it happens to everyone. So just wanted to give my honest opinion. Let me know in the comments if you find this helpful. Give me a like. It will help a lot. Let me know what exactly to do as content, and don't forget to subscribe, and I love you so much, and thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.